Camera 2, pan in. Camera 2, pan. Move out of the way, camera 2. Welcome to episode 2 of the Apollo Hour. It is your boy Apollo Dez with Spaceman and new guy Brian LaLima. Our third co-host, Robert Roughneck, is on a deep cover investigative report. He couldn't make it tonight. So, Robert, while you're out there, keep on working, keep on keeping your head down, and keep on getting that investigative report, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, and try and keep it as little about the deep state as possible. I know that's your thing, but, you know.
I can't wait to meet him.
For the brand, let's dumb that shit
For the
down
brand.
a little bit. Yeah.
New guy Brian
What's
LaLima
up?
from 790. We acquired him. We made a big time acquisition like the Astros did. We pulled our Jeff Luna big boy pants on and we said, hey, we want this guy. We're gonna go get him. We may give the farm up, but Brian, thanks for joining the team first off and coming out tonight.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me. I'm happy to be a part of the team. I like the production setup here. I like the beer on the table. So this is kind of my style.
Nah, man.
Yeah, I like how we have 2 cameras rolling, so we're good to go. I'm ready.
2 of them.
Camera 1, 2,
Two
pan in.
is up there.
Thank you.
Pan in for the,
No, yeah,
show.
I'm excited. I've followed you when you were doing what was it? We Fly Together, Flags Fly Forever.
Flags Fly Forever.
Flags Fly Forever. Yeah, so I remember seeing that back in the day on Twitter, and then saw you guys kind of take off with this Apollo stuff, and tried to support from afar when I was with 790, and bought one of y'all shirts and got a little bit of Twitter traction, and then some things happened with 790 and coronavirus, and I'm glad to be on board. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I think the sky's the limit. I've been telling you guys that for the last couple of days, so I'm ready to ride.
Appreciate it. Glad you were here.
100%. I think bringing on talent is the name of the game. We said that 9 months ago that we're going to keep bringing the best talent around, and we're going to keep putting the best product out for the city. And I think we're doing that slowly but surely, and you guys are seeing the consumer seeing it day in and day out. So with these 2 guys, I mean, they could take over the world. So I'm happy that they're here. Boys, Thanksgiving tomorrow. Let's change it up a bit. I know everyone's here for the sports, but also for the culture.
Yep.
Thanksgiving. Let's go to top 3 favorite foods, and then the one thing you despise seeing it on the Thanksgiving spread.
That's going to be easy.
Okay. Brian, why don't
You want me to go?
Go for it.
Oh, man, for me, so I'm a big sides guy.
Same.
No sides.
So
Sides is the
obviously,
game.
I'm a turkey guy over ham. I don't really enjoy ham. So I'm going turkey,
I'm the other way.
mac and cheese, mashed potatoes. So that's 3 things already. And then I'm going to throw in a 4th, green bean casserole.
Ooh.
And my absolute do not put anywhere near my spread. Don't put it on the table. Don't do anything.
Can I guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cranberry sauce.
Bam, that's
Can't.
it.
I mean, the segment's
That's it.
over.
I mean,
the segment's over. That's across the board.
Yeah,
Unanimous.
No,
especially
I
the psycho,
cranberry.
especially the psychos that bring it out of the can straight onto the plate and it's ribbed and they cut it.
Yeah.
There's no room for that. So yeah, that's mine. I mean, no, don't bring cranberry around.
Yeah.
My mom's gonna watch this and she's gonna be very pissed off at me because she loves cranberry sauce. But
You know, I like the canned shit. I don't like the real cranberry sauce with the actual cranberries in it. That shit is trash. Get that off my plate. My top 3 are my mama, R.I.P., her cornbread dressing.
Ooh.
That's my top favorite fucking dish of all time. Thank God my aunt knows how to make it, and she's going to make us 3 big pans for tomorrow. Number 2, mashed potatoes. Everyone says mashed potatoes are a year-round thing. Not for me, boys. I eat like a rabbit. I've got to keep this boyish figure. And then number 3's got to be macaroni and cheese.
yeah, thank you. You know, I filled in on 790 this morning and someone blasted me for having mac and cheese on my Thanksgiving
Nah.
spread.
Mac and cheese. I'm talking some homemade macaroni and cheese.
Oh yeah, that's the good stuff.
Not the Kraft.
No.
You know, Velveeta, shells and cheese, all that shit. I don't even know what Velveeta is. Velveeta is not cheese.
No.
Anyway, homemade mac and cheese. Things that I don't like Thanksgiving, I don't think that exists. If you can't take everything on your Thanksgiving plate and shove it into one pile and just eat it, it's not Thanksgiving. I think cranberry sauce really the only thing you can't shove into the pile.
Yeah. You want to make a little smorgasbord of food, like
Yeah.
just put it all together and let's eat.
I see these poor souls eating on these segmented paper plates. That's a poverty move. You don't
Fine
wanna do
China.
that.
Fine China's the only
You don't
move.
wanna do that. You can put it on a regular paper plate. Just you don't want the segments like elementary school. You want to be able to shove all that shit right together. Rolls are number 4.
Ooh, a good butter roll is not bad. My top 3, mac and cheese is number 1. You can eat mac and cheese any day of the week. That's how you keep this, like you said, boyish figure.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, I love stuffing. Stuffing is undefeated. You got to enjoy that. Number 3, at our family, my grandmother always brings out a post-dinner, post-lunch tequila. And
Really?
we do tequila shots.
Oh, I didn't know we were talking alcoholic beverages.
Well,
as well.
changing it all up. I just
Okay.
love the little mojo because it's always a family thing. So it's part of the Thanksgiving spread.
That's true.
And
That's
then
good stuff.
number 4, obviously, Kobos smoked turkey and fried turkey. Shout out to our boy Kobos, the best in the business.
no free ads.
No free ads.
Very good.
Sorry, Kobo. We're going to send you the bill for that. So, yeah, that's number 4. Thing I hate the most, cranberry. I mean, it is, I can't do it.
You know, I looked up the history behind cranberry sauce and the Thanksgiving spread, and it's been around since the 1600s.
Did a serial killer, think of that first? Because that's...
Yeah, pretty much. Ulysses S. Grant even made it mandatory that the troops ate it.
You guys don't know it's a great diuretic. It's delicious. It adds a texture to the plate. Well, mashed potatoes have similar texture. Anyway, speaking of alcohol and grandmas,
Yeah.
my grandma drinks 1 beer a year.
1.
Thanksgiving, baby.
That's awesome. Is it a certain beer?
Well, last year we had brewed some pumpkin ale.
Ooh, nice.
I belonged to a little beer brewing club with my dad, and she didn't like it. She dropped candy in it because she thought it was too bitter. She dropped some candy in there. Still didn't like it, so we got her a fresh Coors.
Is
She
it...
likes a Coors Light.
Did you feel like a 5-star chef presenting and someone asking for steak sauce? Was that kind of the...
Yeah, that was like,
Even though it was grandma?
here's my fantastic beer, and then she dropped some licorice in it, and I was like, okay, that's fine. But, my dad does the same thing. I cooked him a filet, and he asked me for ketchup. So,
What does this beer brewing club entail? Is that like, are you guys like the, what are they called? The secret club? Not the Smithsmen. What are they called?
The Breakfast Club? Of,
No. Man, it's going to bother me. I'll Google it. Don't worry.
Smithsmen.
No, not Smithsmen. They're like,
talking about on The Simpsons?
no. It's like.
That's the Stonecutters.
these yeah. What are they called? And don't worry about it. Just what is the beer brewing club?
It's just
fucked it up. Don't worry about it.
it's just my dad and a bunch of his neighbors. We get together and brew beer. We haven't done it this year, obviously, because of COVID fucked everything up. But so we're not too knowledgeable about it. We go by the ingredients in a kit, we brew it, and then the next month we drink it while we brew the next batch, and it's kind of nice.
That's real nice.
Good beers.
Other than...
Shit, and you can make 5 gallons of beer for like $35 or $40.
It's not bad.
That's actually a fantastic value.
It's a great deal.
Yeah.
You can go to collinsbeer.com and grab you a batch
No, you
right
can't.
there.
Well, we might make an Apollo batch just
Ooh,
special
I
for
like
y'all.
that. Also with Thanksgiving, you can't have turkey and mashed potatoes and mac and cheese without football. And we
correct.
got the Texans versus the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
I assume it's going to be the early game with the Ravens
Yeah.
Steelers game getting canceled if they don't alter the schedule. But the 11:30 start really early. You're just getting to we do Thanksgiving early, so we're rolling up to the grandparents.
Quick cue.
Yeah.
Why would you think the Texans got the early game and not the Cowboys? The Cowboys are trash.
Just tradition, probably. Just prestigious team and Thanksgiving at mid-afternoon Cowboys game to see your hearts get ripped out year in and year out. That's
Okay.
probably
The best thing.
salt.
The best thing the Cowboys ever did on Thanksgiving was hire Creed.
that
for their halftime performance.
Yeah, let's cue that in on post-production, the little Creed video of
Yeah.
just tearing it up.
That's the best halftime performance of all time.
That
was
really
2001.
Super Bowls included.
that really did take the game and take it higher.
He'll be here all night. Folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll be here
Just for that.
all night. Texans,
What if
Lions.
I was? What if? No, I'm kidding. Fuck, I wish I didn't remember 2 Creed songs, but here we are.
Hey, here we are. Texans, Lions. Spread is -3. Houston, the favorite, on the road.
Yeah.
Pretty bold giving them three points.
DeAndre Swift is out for the Lions, or
Correct.
he's still questionable.
But you have
It's a pretty heavy running game.
So
old
Yeah,
man
like
Adrian Peterson at 90
Peterson.
years old toting the rock.
Yeah.
yeah, Jeez, who's out? Oh, shit,
Swift is out, or he was questionable. He's one
Stills
of my
is
running
out.
backs.
Stills is out.
He's been
Cobb is
Cobb
on
is out.
IR.
No, Cobb's out. Stills is out.
So you got to think it's going to be the Will Fuller show. If he should get behind that secondary.
And let's not forget about Brandon Cooks.
And Brandon Cooks,
he's got more touches over the last couple weeks.
Brandon Cooks has the
great
highest air yards.
Yeah.
A lot of people are not kind of realizing that. Deshaun's kind of found him his guy, and that's what Brandon Cooks does. The 10 target type kind of guy.
He
tears
runs
it up
long
in the
routes.
seams. Yeah. So I think the Texans. I think it's the Texans cover, and I think they cover handily. I think they probably win by double digits. I just don't think the Lions. Yeah, Matt Stafford loves to get down by 20 points and then bring you back at the last second, but I think the Texans cover.
The running game is kind of a joke on both teams, and so I think as long as the Texans pass rush can keep Stafford on his heels, Stafford gets hot, he gets hot.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he can make it rain pretty quick.
Yeah,
that's the thing that worries me is because the secondary for the Texans is awful.
They're awful.
They're not very good.
And the pass rush isn't much better.
No.
But that's the key, I think, to winning is no one's run defense is going to win this game. So the pass rush has to win it because the secondary can't win it. And if Deshaun does what he did last week, goddamn, he looked fantastic. You want to talk about carrying a team? I think he had, as an individual, the most offensive yards out of anyone in the entire NFL last week.
Yeah,
individually.
To me, Deshaun Watson is arguably top 4 quarterback.
I'd say,
the NFL.
Yeah, I would agree, especially considering who he's behind.
Yeah, exactly. And if he can do what he does pretty much week in and week out, then the Texans always have a chance. Mm-hmm. But it's all about the defense for me. If Matt Stafford gets time in the pocket, extends plays, throws it downfield, then the Texans are going to be in for a long day.
Yeah.
Or it could go both ways. It could be an absolute shootout, or it can be one of those shit show games that we've seen the Texans, have put some good drives together, and they get down in the red zone and they just choke it away, kick a field goal.
Yeah, they do that a lot.
Yeah, so I think they'll win. I don't think they'll win by double digits. I think it'll be, 20-17 or something like that, 21-14.
Okay,
something like that.
If the Texans score on the opening drive, they'll win. If they get 6 on the opening drive, they'll win.
Book it. I think the
have
biggest...
they done that in the past 13 weeks?
13 months? Probably not. I think the biggest question is that can the Texans build momentum off last week's win? Because the biggest thing that the community was talking about and everyone on ESPN was the Texans' lack of pass rush, and then their lack of getting the ball in the end zone. They just settle for field goals. Yeah. And we saw last week a complete package of they got to Cam Newton. And there were some timely blitz that we haven't seen since 2017. Right. And they were bringing some pressure that Cam Newton was really confused about. Belichick was flustered, and you saw a squeaked out win.
They were putting him on his ass.
Yeah. And then you saw what Deshaun Watson does when he has time and he has weapons and he can do what he does.
But that's the Texans for you. They're the kings of inconsistency.
Yeah.
They will play their ass off one week, and then they come the next week and play a team that's not as good and look like a JV team.
Yeah.
They could very possibly tomorrow let Matt Stafford throw for 400 yards.
Yeah, they're so hot or cold.
Exactly. They're hot, they're cold. I mean, they need consistency. That's another key is can they come in
camera
and
two.
can they play just like they did last week? Yeah, they squeaked it out last week, but it was like a gritty, grinded out win, and that's what you like to see. Now, can they build off of that and come in? And they're going to be on the national stage. Everyone's going to be watching tomorrow
on the road.
Yeah, on the road. Short rest,
early start,
and I still think people sleep on Deshaun Watson. People don't give him the respect that he deserves, and he's going to be on full display tomorrow. So, what Texans team will we see? Will we see what we saw last week where Deshaun Watson literally did everything? I mean, you saw he tucked the ball and ran from 6-7 yards out and bowled over 3 or 4 dudes.
God, that was
for
awesome.
A touchdown. You see that awesome. Kind?
He trucked him.
Or are we going to see a Deshaun Watson where he holds onto the ball too long, offensive line collapses, he's sacked 6 times in a game, secondary allows 400 yards, 500 yards? That's it's just they're so inconsistent. That's what bothers me, and it has always bothered me about the Texans.
I feel like the Lions are pretty much the same team though. So we'll see we'll see who's hot and who's not.
Vegas put a really interesting number out there, 51.5. And I think you'll know if the over-under is going to hit by the first 2 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
If the Texans, like you said, the Texans go down and score, I guarantee you Matt Stafford goes right down the field and scores, and you're looking money for the over. But it very well could be 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, and it's a punting game all the way to halftime.
Yeah.
And then you're thinking, like, why the hell did I bet this game? I'm going to have to tell mom and dad and grandma that I can't eat turkey because I got to pay my bookie because we're not going to hit that over.
Yeah, you don't want your bookie coming to knock out your kneecaps.
Yeah.
So
here's the thing, though.
Go ahead.
Neither one of these teams, from what I've seen this year, force a lot of turnovers either. And that it could very well come down to that too tomorrow. But we saw what happened last time. The Texans forced a lot of turnovers early. It was 24-0, and then they lost fantastically to the Chiefs. So,
and then we got the primetime game, the tradition game, the
Washington football
a franchise of champions versus the Washington Football Club. Cowboys versus the former Redskins, now Washington Football Club. Cowboys are favored by 3 after a big-time win in Minnesota, which I still can't believe that actually happened. You can pinch me. But over-under set at 46. I think it's going to be a snooze fest. I think it's going to be ugly football. That's the NFC East. It's been so bad all year.
Terrible.
It's worse than JV. It's literally 7th grade B team football.
Yeah.
But that's what we have.
Seventh grade B team quarterback right here.
Yeah.
Middle School.
Big arm.
That's what we're going to have prime time at 3:30.
So these are a couple of 3-win teams.
Yes.
Okay.
Vying for first place.
That's
so bad.
The Cowboys are 1 and 2 in the division.
Who's
I don't
starting?
know what the Redskins are.
Who's starting at quarterback? Who's starting at quarterback for the Cowboys tomorrow? Dalton,
the Red Rocket.
The Red Rocket. Make it rain.
Put some respect on the Red Rocket from Katy, Texas.
Did you know that? Oh no, that's so. We were talking about Matt Stafford earlier. Him and Clayton Kershaw played on the same high school.
Yeah, they were buddies.
Pitcher, catcher.
Did you know Juan Soto was 21 years old?
I did not. I heard Joe Buck may have said that a few times though.
Yeah, and did you know Carlos Correa said if you don't know the facts, you can shut the fuck up. That was pretty cool.
You can buy the shirt right below the link. So at the game, I think it's gonna be a snooze fest. I think it's that type of game where you're probably on your second plate of food and you're just like, I just want to sleep. I want to go to sleep, and you can go to sleep with. I think Collinsworth is doing the game. I think they took over that game.
Oh,
dude,
did they?
I gotta say,
they were supposed to do Ravens Steelers.
I like Chris Collinsworth.
Do you really? That's a take.
Here's a guy who knows football.
You want to slide into the camera? Can we get that?
Yeah. Camera 2, pan in on me doing the Chris Collinsworth. Here's a guy. No, I'm kidding. No, but I really do. Dude, I don't understand. Hey, I like Chris Collinsworth. I like Joe Buck. Why aren't these people? Troy Aikman. But I'll tell you, though.
I'm a fan of Joe Buck.
Who really came in and took the broadcasting world by storm in football in the last couple of years?
Antonio Ramiro Romo.
That's correct. What is
Tony
that
Romo?
his fucking name? Is that his real name?
Antonio Ramiro Romo.
That's not his fucking name.
Look it up right now.
Did you just give him a Hispanic twist?
No, Romo is
Tony
not
Romo.
his
Romo's
name.
dad's from Mexico, y'all. This is maybe a big spoiler alert. I'm cultured. Hey, everyone listening, I know my culture.
Is this why you're a Cowboys fan?
I think I'm a Romo fan. Honestly, I don't think I'm a Cowboy fan. I think
I like Tony Romo.
But you can look it up. His Antonio Ramiro Romo. He grew up in Wisconsin. Dad's from.
Dude, let me tell you a little known fact about Tony Romo that it garnered a lot of respect from me. When he was dating Jessica Simpson and he didn't want to be dating her anymore, you know how he broke up with her?
How?
He told the guy at the security gate at the front of his house, just don't let her in.
And Jessica Simpson in her prime.
Oh,
Yeah.
she was great in her prime.
Oh, dude, are you kidding
Besides
me?
being a total dipshit.
John Mayer said she was like sexual napalm. I don't know what that means, but goddamn, that's got
Sounds like a song.
Tony
you gotta
Romo's
burn
real
you up.
name is Antonio Ramiro Romo.
There
You
it
gotta be
is.
shitting me.
There you go.
There it is.
Hey.
Did you learn something new today, Brian? I
Yeah,
didn't know
sure
that.
as fuck did. What
Hey,
the fuck is
For
going
the
on?
culture.
Yeah.
Hey,
Tony.
you know what? When I have a little kid someday, I'm gonna be like, look at that Mexican that was in the NFL being a quarterback, slinging around and not winning any big games. But hey, we were out there, baby, for the brand and for the culture.
You know, I like to dog on Romo like everyone else from Houston does, but I really haven't been enjoying him on the broadcast.
He is very good at what he does in the booth.
He's great on the
broadcast. He is very, very good at what he does.
Yeah.
And I like he kind of dissects it. I think the first time he was like, everyone fell in love with, oh my God, he would say like, they're going to do this.
Yeah,
and this
predicting
happens.
the play calls.
And everyone loved it. And I thought he was going to like run away with that. I was like, that's going to get really repetitive and kind of overpower Jim Nantz. And he's kind of,
that's not hard to do.
He's kind of toned back.
Jim
and he
Nantz
does it
is old
here and there. And he just lets the game and gives you more knowledge. And I feel like when you watch his broadcasts, you're more knowledgeable of the sport, which I like.
Yeah, he does. Him and Jim Nantz fit very well together.
You know, I like when these guys talk about that kind of stuff behind the scenes, what the players and coaches might be talking about in the huddle, all that kind of stuff. That really brings people into the game more than Chris Collinsworth saying, and here's a guy who can kick a punt 60 yards and he gets it right on the one every time. You know, I like hearing that.
Yeah.
And I'm also, I'll jump ahead or do a little tangent or whatever, but I like when they mic the players up during the All-Star game of baseball
100%.
and stuff. That's fun to me. I know the purist traditionalist folks don't like it, but you don't hear a lot from these guys day to day other than if they hit the game-winning fucking play, they interview them after the game, but they're not as candid as they are with these guys in the booth asking them questions during the game.
Yeah,
that stuff is fun to me.
100%. And that's what I talked to Brian before we brought him on board. And when you worked at 790, Brian, you talked about this and just having a background in baseball like myself and playing college ball, you're knowledgeable of the sport, and you got to go into the dugout with the guys and talk to them. And it was actual questions about baseball. It wasn't some fluffer question that someone in the Chronicle or whoever it may be.
Mark Berman.
With the
Berman filming
TVs with
his phone.
Daryl Morey going to his car.
Yeah.
There's a license plate.
Fucking thing.
Yeah.
But you got to ask real questions, and I think that's what resonates with the players on any sport. If you ask a real sports-based question that they would be able to like, oh, okay, this is not some political answer I'm going to give. It's actually, X's and O's. Let's get into it a little bit. And I think the players really resonate about that.
Yeah, I think, these – I'm not trying to dog on TV guys and, sports reporters for the TV media, but they ask the generic I mean, just how does it feel? Hang on, that was bad. Let me try this again. How does it feel that your daughter is going to be up in the stands watching you today? She flew in from Wisconsin. It's your first game. Tell me about that. And they shove a mic in his face. I'm like sitting back like, dude, why did we just switch Carlos Correa and Jose Altuve in a double cut 4? Like, maybe you guys should figure that out.
Yeah.
Like, obviously I know why, because Carlos Correa has a hose. Jose Altuve really doesn't. So that was a question that
we
was
saw
like
that in the post.
Yeah, so that was that was a question that I like to ask, or that was what I was asking AJ Hinch. And you can tell that when managers or players get actually asked a specific baseball question, they give you more.
Yeah.
And don't get wide-eyed. Like, I'm not saying I'm some big-time ESPN reporter or something like that, but they open up a little bit more. Like, the first relationship that I really made in the clubhouse, my first year at 790, was with Tony Kemp. Because I would ask him, I would sit and ask him questions next to the what is it called? The rollaway, right? He's in between his hacks. I would just kind of ask him, hey, what are you working on? Or what are you doing here? What are you doing there? And he was on a pretty good run at the time, and then he kind of struggled. So then I went back to him and asked him, hey, you're struggling a little bit. Like, what's going on in the mindset? I would take those answers, put that in my own baseball mind, and then I'd go into the locker room post-game, pre-game, whatever it is, and ask other guys what they were doing.
100%.
So it was a great experience. One of the coolest guys that I got to interview and talk to the most was Brian McCann back in 2018.
World champion Brian McCann.
Yeah, it was in 2018. Obviously, catchers are the smartest, some of the smartest baseball IQ guys you can come around. That's why a lot of them are managers. AJ Hinch, Brad Osmus, Bruce Bochy, just to name a few. So hearing him, kind of talk about baseball was awesome. And I just, some of the TV guys, when I ask a question, they would just kind of look at me like, what are you doing? Why are you asking that? Well, I don't care about their family. I don't want to know how they feel that they got off the bus 5 minutes early this time. And, hey, did you wear your certain jacket, you know, because it was cold out. Stupid shit like that.
Breaking news: this person's family is thrilled that he's in the big leagues.
Yeah, and God,
fucking duh.
Yeah. Berman's hauling ass to the airport to try to get guys off, you know, coming off of their flight with their manager to stick his iPhone in their face. You know, it just I would see that from a distance, and I'm like, I will never let myself do that. And playing baseball for as long as I did, that helped my baseball IQ. Coaching baseball, Coach Banditos for 8 years, and when I was there, we were the top, you know, premier program in the nation at the time. So I was around a lot of talented baseball minds. Roger Clemens was there. Charlie Hayes was there. I mean, I can go on, but I took that and I put it into the radio stuff, into the sports media stuff. And I don't know, it was just, you could tell they knew, you know, a real baseball question, you know.
It's coming across,
coming across for sure.
You gotta love that too. I mean, no one wants an amateur asking questions.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing that we've done with Apollo really is we're great with the community, but the product that we put out is not a topical conversation. It's not a topical blog. It's something that's in depth, and you've seen it with our guys that have blogged numerous amounts of stuff. I really just shit post and do stuff on camera, but
Same.
the team around it, we've really put some stuff together, and we can get into the nitty gritty and give you what the players are really expecting and what they're going through and what they're seeing. And it's not what in any sport. It's easy for fans to get on Twitter and write 240 characters and shit post and talk shit and not understand the game, where you may be coming to the plate and you're seeing the baseball like a beach ball, and it's a hard phenomenon to explain unless you've been in that moment, and you're just like, that guy can throw whatever he wants, and I'm just squaring it up. Yeah. It's just the way it looks. And then there are other times where the baseball looks like a marble, and you're lost to the plate, and you're drowning, and you're getting information, and this is just on a smaller level compared to these guys in the pros, and you can relate to them at a level where Apollo is just, hey, I've been there. I understand that. Like, let's work through this. Let's look what's going on.
There's a time and a place for, you said shit posts. There's a time and a place for writing something just to get clicks, just to get views. 100%. I get it. It's something that you need, right? Because you want to bring attention to your page.
Sure, it helps you grow.
Right, absolutely. But at the end of the day, you want to put a product out there and some content out there where you have team members that can relate to guys, just not on that level. Like, I felt so bad for Yuli Gurriel in the ALCS. Dude literally could not hit water if he fell out of a boat.
Yeah.
And obviously I didn't play at that high of a level, but I remember struggling my junior year in college. I literally couldn't hit water if I fell out of a boat. I'd have games where I would hammer balls.
Right to someone.
Right, and then there were other games where, you know, we're in the middle of conference play and I'm going over forward with 2 strikeouts, 2 groundouts, right? Throwing my helmet.
And the score's 4-3 and you feel like
and you fucked it up.
It's me.
And I was a 2-year team captain in college, and I know guys were looking at me, you know, coming up in big spots, and then I lost my starting job to a kid that never sniffed the field, but that's how bad I was playing.
Yeah.
But I remember what that's like. Now, again, it's on a more grand scale. The talent
bright lights.
Bright lights.
The whole country's looking at you.
Yeah, absolutely. The talent is...
Same situation.
Yeah, same situation, though. Like, one situation that I remember Yuli was in, it was game 4 or game 5 against the Rays. He came up in a huge spot. First 2 guys got walked. It's first and second. Then I think there was a strikeout. He comes up first and second, 1 out, and the dude was just at the pitcher. One of the guys for the Rays was struggling. I mean, like 8 out of the last 10 pitches were balls, or 8 out of the last 11, because I think the guy before that was a 3-pitch strikeout, just a really bad at bat too. But he comes up, first pitch fastball right down the middle, little tapper to the pitcher, 1-6-3 double play, boom, out of the inning.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, it's just shit like that. But I remember that struggle. I remember how bad and how frustrated you feel as a player. Yeah, when you start pressing. And it's all downhill from there. So, yeah, that's you know, you have to have a team of guys that relate, right?
Yeah. Well, and if they understand, like you said, you ask them real questions. They've been there. Shit, if you've been there, they've been there, right? I mean, they play more ball probably than we all have collectively. And They want to answer a real fucking question. They don't want to be asked about their fucking kid in the stands. Dude, you're right about that, for sure. But at the same time, it's nice to have these people on camera. Man, I mean, when here we can do some ASMR real quick.
for evolving.
When they had Toro's mom up there. Ooh, I saw her in the team store. Toro was playing real well.
Was that the line?
Huh?
Was that the line to
No,
it?
he was playing well. And I saw her in the team store with a couple of other guys that look like about to be Toro's age, so maybe brothers or friends of his or something. And so I knew who she was, and I told her, I'm glad your son's on the team. He's doing well, blah, blah, blah. So that was a cool moment for me, but I would have never recognized her if they wouldn't have kept showing her on TV
Yeah.
with these cop-out interviews.
That's exactly how you know him, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And
Anyway.
I think that one of the biggest things
Sorry, Toro.
was when
Mom's hot.
oh man,
dime
we're not even
piece.
to make it to 2021.
Toro's mom's a dime. That means
We
a 10.
when Altuve was going through his little yips, and I think everyone on Twitter obviously was frustrated with losing a game that was based on a clear error. Right? We all saw what was going on.
Yeah,
but
2 days in a row.
If you've ever been in that situation and ever got the yips, it is the worst feeling in the world. Because I had it my sophomore year, and I had a DH. They literally moved me from third base to first base because I couldn't make the throw.
Hot
And then
corner.
from first base to DH just so I could hit and just get out of my own mind. Because you could not step and make a throw. And everyone on Twitter, everyone's can pick up a baseball right now and throw it 60 feet and make the throw. But when you're going through that,
I could do it.
you literally cannot feel your arm. That's the only way I can explain it because nothing's there, and you're just. And we saw it with Altuve, and if you've been through it, you know it. So I felt obviously super bad for him going through that, and obviously bad for the city because that's a big reason why we didn't go to the World Series. But it's little things like that where you can dive and jump into as a commentator or blogger or video personality, and you can maybe put some in-depth behind it. I'm sure it's not going to sway anyone's mind because they're like, he's Jose Altuve. He needs to make that throw.
Yeah. I think with
and get more hits.
I think with Jose, more of the mental side of it was huge because you think about all of the shit that was talked about the Astros this year.
Yeah.
And who took the brunt of that?
He did. And
You would think Jose Altuve, right? Because he's basically the face of the franchise.
Yeah, but he didn't use the trash can.
Right. He didn't.
And-
Reports say he didn't use it. So for him to take that on and them
Shout out
to cut him down and go at his integrity of the game, you take that hard and that stays with you pretty much all season.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of all comes out at the wrong time because, I mean, you really look back at that series and you could easily say that Jose Altuve was the reason why they couldn't get to the World Series because those first two games, I mean, what do you have, like 5 errors, right?
I mean, you
Something along-
you
I mean, it was bad.
underperformed defensively. Everyone was underperforming offensively. You're missing one of your biggest weapons at the plate,
Yeah.
Yordan Alvarez.
And
you want
arms
to talk about
with Justin Verlander.
beach balls and marbles? Guess who always sees the beach ball?
I
Yordan.
think it's more like a meteor coming in every
Yeah.
time. He just,
So, that Verlander, of course. You're missing some bullpen arms.
hold on real quick. Hot
Closer.
take. Verlander should have won the Cy Young. He was 1-0. He had 8 strikeouts. So that's like an 800%.
Oh,
A
shit.
whip of 0. I mean, those stats blow Shane Bieber out of the water. What are we doing in
Yeah.
Major League Baseball?
Yeah.
A winning percentage of
hey,
1,000?
Goodell, can I talk to you outside for a second? No, but yeah, dude. So when they announced the Gold Gloves, how taken aback were you that Correa didn't win? I know they use sabermetrics for this bullshit now, but I could, dude. Just I didn't watch a lot of other baseball other than the Astros, but Carlos Correa made so many plays this season that I just said, holy shit,
Yeah.
how did he even grab that, much less how did he make the throw to first? Yeah. And not to mention, how many double plays that they turn. Which
And
they
he had
always do.
he had less errors than the guy that won.
Going to the free agents of 2021. Let's just run through them real quick of where you think they're going to go. Rapid fire. JT Realmuto.
Shit.
Phillies. No, I'm kidding. I
Back
know
to
he's on
Philly.
the fucking Phillies.
I wouldn't be surprised if he went back to the Phillies.
I wouldn't either. It's so strange. There's so much money that was lost this season. We really don't know how free agency is going to be.
What does the market look like for a catcher right now? Are there any other? Scroll down your list. Are there any other catchers available?
Okay, how about this?
Not like JT.
Is
Robinson Chirinos is available.
is
He'll go back
Muto
to the
getting
Rangers.
Grandal got 4 for 73. Is Real Muto getting Grandal money?
He got how much?
Grandal got 4 for 73
Yeah, so JT
yeah,
Real
he'll
Muto
get
can
more.
rake. He's going to get more.
He'll get
in a
4
COVID year.
I don't know
Dude,
about
well,
COVID
That's what I'm
year,
saying.
but
That's what I think the biggest factor is.
He got
millionaires.
473. 4 for 73.
Yes.
This year.
last offseason.
So
before COVID.
Before COVID.
ugh,
PC. Before wait.
pre-COVID.
BC.
What? Before COVID or pre-COVID? PC.
Before COVID.
Yeah,
BC work. BC works.
Either one.
Collin strong.
Hey, Josh, you're off camera. Can you please shut the fuck up? Thank you.
Okay, so Real Muto, we don't know the highest bidder mercenary situation.
I hate how we have to talk about this COVID bullshit.
Yeah.
It's gonna fuck up. I mean, it's already fucked up everything, but it's
has.
gonna fuck up the off season.
It's awful, and you don't know. I'm
We
expecting.
can cuss on this, right?
Yes.
Okay. Fuck.
No, Josh is going to be bleeping these. We're gonna have to just see what happens. I mean, they're not having winter meetings this year.
Yep, that's out.
The
Today they said they may push back spring training.
till May,
Yeah.
right? And so Tony asked. We were asking our users of questions, and Tony said, "What do you see the Astros headline being 6 months from now?" Well, 6 months from now is fucking May, and so that might be spring training. So the headlines might be, all these idiots are moving the Astros on the road to fucking spring training if they have spring training. But to answer your question, I'm completely fucking lost. And I have no clue where we were.
JT Real
JT Real
Muto,
Muto.
and how the market's gonna be during
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say.
Do we need to bring your helmet next time?
I almost brought it. I didn't bring it. I think that there might be a lot of short-term
I think
deals
so too.
coming out of it. I mean, these-
Yeah.
that- to be honest, 2021 right now, the whole season is an uncertainty. I mean, they don't know if they're going to have a repeat of this year where they're going to have limited play, blah, 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 right? So you got all these big names looking for long contracts. The only one of them that doesn't like a long contract is Trevor Bauer.
that
Trevor
was
Bauer
number two
wants
on the
a
list.
short contract. Springer obviously wants big money, and he'll get big money from somebody.
The Mets are gonna throw him a ton of money.
That's what I was thinking too.
They've got new management, new owner. They're about to
Yeah.
make it rain on him.
Their new owner. We talked about this last
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
The guy spends like $114 million on a
Piece of
statue.
art.
Yeah,
A
so
rabbit.
and he wants to win, and he doesn't. It's not like winning is going to make this guy any richer than he already is. So I think Springer will get a big bag from that guy coming shortly.
I think you could
Going.
see. I think you see a lot of players signing short-term deals just to get through the COVID world, and then
Me too.
obviously, if those guys stay healthy and have good performing years, then they're going to sign their big deals.
They can double
Yeah.
dip.
Yeah, they can
Hey.
double dip and get
Million.
massive
I think you go a
contracts.
2-year deal. You get your 2021 season, and 2022 looks like it's probably going to be a player strike. So
Yeah, because then you got to worry about the CBA. That's right around the corner too.
So you would probably don't want to tie up one of those
Right.
years, and owners are probably thinking the same. So I think Bauer is on actually the right mindset of going a short deal on the front side of the CBA, and the back side, that's when you cash in.
Yeah.
LeBron has done it. We've seen
Yeah.
LeBron do 1-2 year deals, and then that next contract's fatter than the 1 or 2 year deal. So I think Bauer, he's the number 2 on this free agent list. There's a lot of smoke with the New York. I think he may end up in San Diego with
Bauer?
Yeah, I think he may ends up with Slam Diego down there. That's
You
what
can
I'm going
people
with.
Interesting.
people can talk a lot of shit about Trevor Bauer because of how much he hates the Astros and all the shit he talks on Twitter, but the dude's actually pretty damn smart.
He's a smart pitcher.
And
He's a good pitcher.
He's a damn good pitcher.
You'll probably see him sign a short-term deal because he knows the CBA is coming.
Yeah.
He knows
Geared
it. And a lot of other guys may not, I mean, they know it, but they may not realize it. They just, they could see, hey, let me just get the biggest contract I can get, the longest. You okay? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I just
Little,
wet my
Yes,
pants.
I think if Trevor Bauer does it, he's going to do it right. And
Yeah.
if I was doing it, I would want a short-term deal to just because that CBA is going to come around and it's going to be a pain in the ass to get through.
Yeah.
Because Rob Manfred is just
I think he's gone.
he's a jackass.
I think
He
he's going to be
sucks.
out.
Yeah.
You know, I think Trevor Bauer might be. He's one of these guys. You can tell by looking at him. I mean, the guy gets a $4 haircut. He doesn't really care about the money. I think he really wants a championship.
Yeah.
And he's signing
got his Cy
short
Young.
deals. He got his fucking Cy Young, and he earned it because he started using foreign substances. It was very obvious.
Little
His
bullfrog
his
in Pine Top.
his spin rate went up 400 RPM. Tony can attest to that. Tony gets a lot of traction from Trevor Bauer on Twitter too.
They're best friends.
Tony, and we'll link Tony's at below.
At
Is
Tony
it
Adams?
At Adams_AT, I believe is his at.
Yeah.
I'm looking at
Good
you,
job,
Josh.
producer.
Camera 2.
Producer.
Anyway, Tony knows all the facts, and every time Tony tweets at Trevor Bauer responds.
All right,
Anyway.
George Springer. Mets. We're thinking Mets.
It's going to
Yeah.
be somewhere in the Northeast.
Yeah.
I think Mets.
Who can give him the most money? Probably
yeah.
the Mets.
The Toronto news was like he's not going. I don't think he's going.
Nah.
He's not.
Toronto's not
jumping.
even. You're not even be able to play in Toronto.
He wants to go to a contender. I think
Mets.
the wild card team for Springer may be the Cardinals.
It's on Northeast.
I know, but they need an outfielder. So there's dude. These guys are on the road all fucking year. They really don't. All this talk about being home with their families. Like, give me a break, dude. These guys can afford a private jet whenever they want to.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
DJ LeMahieu.
Back
lot
to
of-
the Yankees.
Yeah, I think he goes back to New York. He has to. I mean, he's
Unless-
their best hitter.
Unless the Astros come out of nowhere.
There was a lot of smoke there. I think
there's
it
a
was
lot-
just-
rid of
there's a lot
Altuve?
there.
I did think it was just a little Kenneth. But hey,
Look,
DJ can play first.
You could put
People
him.
forget that.
You
DJ
could
can
put him-
play first. base.
You could
I
literally.
know we locked up Yuli, but DJ can play first.
Yuli's locked up. Yuli's not DH material.
Yeah.
Yuli can't play any other position other than first.
DJ LeMahieu could probably play anywhere in the infield.
Yes,
You could probably put him at shortstop if you needed.
He's a ball player,
Yeah.
and he hits.
and he hits.
He hits. He rakes.
A lot of smoke. A lot of Astros Twitter wants this guy Marcel Osuna, and that
Not a fan. I don't-
and that beautiful fluorescent arm sleeve. A lot of power. I just don't think we have enough. I don't think we're going to throw money to get him. I think he's going to have a big market.
He will have a big market, and that's a problem for me. Is if Springer goes, which he likely will. Brantley, we've heard from our sources. Take what you will. That he doesn't want to play here anymore. He's sick of the fucking circus, and this was without fans. So
Michael Brantley doesn't want to play here anymore.
that's what my
So word on the
sources
street.
say.
Word on the street.
Source.
Word on the street.
So if they're both gone, God, that's going to leave a gaping hole in the outfield, right? So you've got Tucker, obviously. We've got him. Straw.
You're not
Straw
trotting
can play
Jordan out
outfield.
there.
You're not
trotting
No,
him.
Jordan's
I
not
see
gonna be
fans
a
talk about
full-time.
that, and
How are you going to? First of all, the dude's coming back from knee surgery,
he's 40.
and you can't put him in the outfield.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I see
DH.
fans talking about that. You can't. He's your
No.
David Ortiz. He's your pro
He is your
DH
David Ortiz. That's
for
yeah.
as long as he plays.
He's hitting DH. That's it. He may take left field on a day when
When
you know,
Dusty
someone
wants him
needs a
to.
rest. Yeah. So you got Straw, and then
No one.
what? Well, everyone seems to be forgetting what the fuck's happening with Josh Reddick.
If
Oh, he's
He gone or what?
I mean,
Yeah.
all of Astros Twitter hates him.
I
I'm
don't
indifferent.
hate- I
I'm
don't hate
indifferent.
him.
But if there was any free agent coming back on a short deal, it would be a Josh Reddick deal.
That's
It's
what
like-
I'm saying.
Yeah, it
They'll
could be
sign
a
him to
1-2 year deal, and he'd be out there platooning. There's the JBJ rumors that we may go get him.
Yeah,
I don't hate that.
I don't either, and he comes alive in the post.
Yeah,
Boy,
we've seen
does
him.
he! He's old though. But he comes alive in the post.
Running through we'll go rapid fire. Didi, he's with Philly now. I can see him going back.
Yeah, we don't need a shortstop.
Stroman's already went back to the Mets. Justin Turner, I think the Dodgers move on. I don't know where he probably stays out west.
Yeah, can you believe he gave the whole team COVID? After
The entire
World
organization.
the
Series?
Dodgers are probably going to make a crazy move and go trade for Nolan Arenado.
They've been saying that for
You know,
years.
they should. Nolan
could
deserves a good team.
Yeah, he deserves to be.
God,
out of-
he's one of the best
out of
players in
Colorado.
baseball.
I think he's a unicorn because he hits outside of Coors. Everyone can
Yeah.
go to Coors and hit, right?
Hit, right.
But he goes on the road and he
yeah.
just fucking mashes.
Yeah, he's a good baseball player. Fantastic. He's very likable.
Yeah. Liam Hendricks. This is one of the guys I want. Ooh. I want the Astros to go get him. He has some choice words. I think more of it was, hey, let's play, let's beat these guys, and then afterwards he kind of owned it. Hey, the Astros beat us.
Yeah, and then didn't he say? Wasn't he the one last week that said that he was still thinking about it?
No, that was it was not Liam Hendricks. It was Bassett.
Bassett.
It was Bassett.
Okay.
But
Josh,
he's
again. You're off camera. Can you please stop chiming in?
I think he's
we
a
will
guy.
figure this out up here at the table.
I think he's a guy the Astros want to go get. And then there's a new guy. If you followed along with Apollo, you know that we're a big Kiwoom Heroes Stan account. Ha-Sing Kim, young shortstop, he is leaving Korea and coming to the United States. He slashed. Look at this. 308, 399, 526 with 30 homers and 24 doubles in 137 games.
That was in the KBO?
KBO.
Did he play for the Dinos?
He played for the Kiwoom Heroes.
The
friends of Apollo Media.
Yes.
We had an ambassador over there as well, getting a lot of stuff. But they're friends of the program. The Kiwoom
we
Heroes.
don't need a shortstop. We got the best shortstop in the MLB
And we gotta pay
for
him.
at least one more year.
You want to touch on it? We can touch on it before we go to the Rockets. The Correa rumors.
It's all bullshit.
I think he's gone,
All
guys.
bullshit.
I don't think he's gone, but I think he's in test free agency. I think Carlos Correa and his camp want to test the free agency market and see what numbers they want to get wined and dined and see what numbers they get. I think the Astros still have the best chance to get him, but I think he wants to see what the open market says.
Do you mean after 2021?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I think they're currently working on two things. I think they are going to try to bring back Michael Brantley. I know you guys stated that you heard otherwise. I think they'll try to bring back Michael Brantley, and then I think they're going to put together a massive package to sign Correa for the long haul.
I think they should.
Because if you're going to lose Springer, which is most likely going to happen,
yeah.
who is going to be your next face of your franchise?
You know, they got an
has to be
absolute
Carlos.
It's
steal.
got to be Carlos Correa.
It's got to be. Dude, after all this shit that he has come alive talking all this shit to the media and everyone else, and then this postseason that he put together, Jesus. I mean, you want to talk about lights out the whole way through, right? So the Astros have signed Bregman and Altuve to long-term deals that I think were fantastic deals for the team. I don't know how Altuve and Bregman signed these deals, to be honest. When I saw them come through, I'm like,
Very team-friendly.
You've got to be kidding
Very
me.
team-friendly.
Right? So they've got both of them for 5 more years together, Bregman and Altuve.
I believe so.
Or four or five more
I
years.
think Altuve's got 3 left on his deal, and I think Bregman has 4. I think they're a year apart as far as their deal.
Oh, I thought it was longer than that because I thought Bregman's was 5
Can we get a
years.
check? Producer, can we get a
Anyway,
check on that?
Jesse, pull that up. So we've got them two, right? So the infielders, I mean, that's a lot. Correa is one of the best defensive shortstops in the league, but there are other gloves like that in the game too. So it's going to come down to dollars, right? So next year you got to consider Verlander is out. We're paying him $30 million to sit. Greinke is old. His contract is also $30 million. So if he gets hurt,
But
he's
they're
gonna
both gone
sit.
when Correa hits free agency, so that money is
So-
essentially freed up. $60 million.
You're right. You're right.
So is the number this? You pay Carlos Correa $250 to $300 million for, let's say, 5-6 years. Whatever. We'll just
You pay him over whatever the market rate is for a shortstop. This guy has been showing up for the Astros.
So do you pay Carlos Correa a total contract more than you paid Bregman and Altuve combined?
yeah, you do. If the market if he's producing like that, well, he's not going to produce like Altuve at the plate. Fuck, he might.
But he's also coming into his prime. He's young.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're right.
what-
He's 26 years old.
One thing you're going to have to remember is you've got other shortstops that are going to become free agents right around the same time as Carlos Correa. Listen to these names. Who do you think the highest paid shortstop in the MLB is right now?
And going into this season,
Going into 2021.
Man, I don't know.
give me what
He's in the AL East.
AL East.
You're not going to guess it.
No.
It's Xander Bogaerts.
It is Xander Bogaerts, and he makes
Bogaerts.
$20
I
million.
guess it, yeah.
Okay, Xander Bogaerts is
You're not
making
gonna.
$20 million a year. Okay,
yeah.
do we have a note from our producer? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Both Bregman and Altuve are signed through 2024.
2024.
So
Okay, so
1,
3
2,
years.
3. No, 1, 2, 3, 4 more years together.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
They're both in that year going to be making around 25, 26 that year.
Okay.
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 It's a big year.
So then you got to remember Francisco Lindor is going to be a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
He's only making $19.5 right now.
Future Yankee, probably.
Trevor Story,
Trevor Story's the man. I would love to
Trey
have Trevor
Turner,
Story.
Corey Seager, Javi Baez.
They're
Tim
all
Anderson.
becoming free agents that year?
But
Oh,
I don't know
in the pipeline.
I don't have the
Okay.
details, but I'm looking at age here.
Yeah, they're going to
They range from between 26 and 28. And don't forget about Tim Anderson with the White Sox, who raked this past year.
Absolutely.
And Dansby
right.
Swanson is one of the best
So
up-and-coming
Correa may
shortstops.
be
So
the
you got-
Mahomes. He goes and sets the market
Yes,
for
and
the
then,
shortstops.
Yeah, and then after that, so
You
that's
may
going
see
to
that.
help. That's going to help the Astros with a shot to try to re-sign him for cheaper than market value. Unless Francisco Lindor, in my opinion, Francisco Lindor is going to get the biggest contract. Someone's going to send him a blank check, 10 years, probably $320 million.
But why? I mean, is he better than Correa
And I could see
defensively
him-
or offensively?
I could see him getting traded.
Huh?
That too. That's a big thing that comes in.
Yeah,
That's a very good
Correa-
point to
Correa-
our second
Correa
producer,
gets hurt a
David.
lot.
Go ahead, producer one.
If this is right, I don't know if I'm looking at the right site, but it seems like 2022, so after this next year, Lindor, Story, Crawford, Seager, Baez, and Correa.
All free agents.
All free
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So the year of the
So,
shortstop.
so the market is going to be
It's hot.
hot, right? So who is
Or
going to
these guys will
sign?
just re-sign who they've
Who
got.
is going to sign the marquee deal
it's
first?
going to be the scene of The Office where they're pointing the guns at each other.
I've never
like
seen
every,
it. I've never
every
seen
team.
The Office.
Oh my goodness.
That's okay, Brian.
Gee, Lord.
Wait,
Yeah,
Cue the gift. Cue the gift. Drop the gift.
we're going to go ahead and let Brian leave. We're going to cut so Brian can leave, and then we'll continue. So here's the thing.
So that's why I said earlier. That's why I think that they're probably already working on a deal for Carlos Correa. Carlos Correa has to realize, like, that year that he becomes a free agent, there's going to be 5 or 6 dudes at the level.
supply and
of him.
demand
Well,
is
It's
a lot
gonna,
different.
right? It's
Yeah.
going to be a lot.
Yeah, it's not him looking at it; it's his
And
agent.
let's not forget about the CBA is going to be there too.
Yeah,
Dude, it's going to be a wild
we
summer.
we know
Wild
that's
summer
happening.
and wild
So-
off season.
And you got to know the player. Like, if Dez has heard it from his sources
I've heard from sources.
that there's going to be a strike, the players know it. They're organizing the damn strike. So next season is going to go down if it
At
goes
least
down.
an extended delay.
Yeah, and
If Jimmy Hoffman
that's
can
what
get
I'm
the
saying.
Teamsters together.
the baseball is losing all kinds of money. You just don't know what kind of contracts they're going to throw out because they know about the uncertainty right now. Everyone knows about the uncertainty right now.
Yeah, and okay, so if I know about the uncertainty as a player, why not lock up a deal?
Well,
Right?
Some guaranteed
exactly.
Right? Hey, let me lock in now before this uncertainty. So there's that the
Yeah,
other
but-
edge of the sword.
But
Yeah.
but the agents are going, hey, dude, give him a 6-year deal for $25 million a year, and they're going, no, are you kidding me, dude? There's going to be a fucking strike next year, and 2021 may be another 60-game season. So why would I give him a deal like that?
Or you have
That's what's gonna
you
happen.
have a Lindor or Seager that signs a massive deal, and they now just set the market price. And now Correa's like, I'm not going to sign a deal now because if Lindor and Seager's getting that kind of money, I can at least get that. And
That's
now
what it's going to come down to. Who's going to sign
Who's going to
the
make the move first?
Who's going to make the big marquee deal first?
Yeah.
That's what it's going to come down to. So if I'm the Houston Astros, then I'm going to try to throw money at Carlos Correa as soon as I can.
Yeah, they have to.
They have to. You can't lose that guy.
No.
Segueing.
Sorry, real quick. Let's
go ahead.
do a hypothetical approach here. Let's say that the Astros do lose Carlos Correa. Then what do? You move Bregman over to short?
Yeah,
And
you have an alternative there.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably built into their decisions. I don't think as a upper front office management, you're like, you can't replace a Carlos Correa, but you can slide an Alex Bregman over shortstop.
That's his natural position, anyways.
Yeah.
But-
So that's not. It's more of a safe valve probably.
Yeah.
Than a let's do this, like not use it as leverage because like Carlos Correa is irreplaceable.
Right.
When he's on the field. Segueing into free agent signings, Rockets. We touched on it last week with all the drama, but they made some moves this week.
We touched on it last week.
Yeah.
We were fucking in a sinking boat last week when we recorded this podcast.
There was a time last week where I really thought that we were about to slide into a very dark time in Houston sports.
I still think
There was
we're
a-
teetering on it. I don't
There
think
was
we're out
a
of the force.
real possibility that James Harden was going to leave, Russell Westbrook was going to leave,
And
they
they-
were going to lose Brantley,
Yeah.
they were going to lose Springer,
Yeah.
and then the Texans are shit anyways.
Texans are
So
ass. JJ was talking about walking.
yeah,
So all of this shit, well, not all of it. Most of it has changed since last week, especially with the Rockets, right? So we still don't know what's going to happen with Westbrook. We're assuming at this point that Harden is staying because
I think the presumptive is they're showing up to training camp.
they're both. My
They're gonna
opinion,
show
they're
up.
both going to show up to camp.
Yeah.
okay.
Now,
So there's
I think likelihood of being traded, Russell Westbrook will be traded before James Harden. I don't think James
Yeah,
Harden's getting
correct.
traded either way.
no, he won't.
I mean, he's already been working out with what was his name, Mason Jones.
Yeah.
He's already been working out with him. He was working out with Christian Wood.
Yeah,
Okay, so
Wood's here. So
yeah, they're all here, and then Boogie Cousins is already working out here. They just signed him.
Yeah.
So
So they said there was a video a couple days ago of Harden shooting hoops in New York, and they're like, they think, oh, he's up here, he's fucking going to Brooklyn, right? Nah, dude. So they got
Wasn't he shooting
DeMarcus
a body
Cousins,
armor?
huh?
He was shooting a body armor commercial.
Fuck, I don't know what he was doing. I mean, these people see these
No cap.
Some idiots over here with his cell phone like this, like, oh, Harden signed in New York because he's in New York, dude. These, like I said earlier, these guys have $1 billion, dude. They can fucking fly around and do whatever the hell they want. They can go have a basketball practice in New York if they want to. So they got Cousins. Fucking the news of Wood comes down, right? This dude's fucking 6'10".
The savior of Rockets
Fucking,
Twitter.
fucking
is what it,
power
people made it
forward
seem.
or center,
and that
which
can
is
also
what
shoot the three.
this is what they've been missing.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Some
They
guy
need
that
the
can-
tall guy.
Yeah,
They
and
needed someone.
he's a guy that can run the pick and roll with James Harden.
Yeah.
If Russell Westbrook is still here, he can also. The thing that I like about keeping Russell Westbrook is if you keep Russell Westbrook and let's say James Harden has an off night, you run the pick and roll with Christian Wood. You either obviously a pick and roll, you either dump it off to the center or you drive to the lane. Russell Westbrook can find his mid-range jumper so often with the pick and roll.
But last year he sure fucking didn't.
I think he was skittish. I think he was skittish from MDA being like, "Hey, you're gonna wear the scarlet letter
Yeah.
of a mid jumper."
And that's another thing that you have to remember is Westbrook's only been in Houston for a year. The
Yeah.
chemistry's not going to be there. And in
Yeah.
a system where he really doesn't fit,
Yeah.
Steven Silas, I think this, and that's why I don't understand why either of those guys want to be traded. You're bringing in a new guy who's been around the league for 20 years in Steven Silas.
It is an offensive wizard.
And
He's
offensive
an
wizard.
offensive guy.
And you have all kinds of new. You have John Lucas returning, and then you have another few faces in. At the time, the roster was really not, hadn't been tweaked yet. But now you look at the roster, you've got two traditional big men in Boogie Cousins and Christian Wood.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Daniel House returning. You can keep put Eric Gordon as a sixth man and keep him there all year. Do not have him in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
That's where I think he has the most offensive production.
And it's a ton of money for a six man,
off
but
the
you have
bench.
to.
So, yeah,
holy
off the
shit,
bench,
man
he's
can hit
electric.
threes. And you know who else? While we're talking about it, Gerald Green.
Yeah,
Dude, I love Green off the bench.
you've got two veteran minimum spots open. Gerald Green has to be one.
Dude,
Has
he's that dude lives
That dude
and
is so
breathes.
H-Town.
Dude, he lives and breathes Houston. I saw a press conference yesterday, or maybe it was today. He said he would fucking die for this city.
He would literally die for the
Berman.
city.
He was
Yeah, it
with
was with
Berman.
Berman.
Oh,
Yeah.
He said he would fucking
was
die
Mark,
for the city.
was
Yeah.
Mark Berman recording with his cell phone from through a
A
blue
VHS
TV?
tape. Yes.
But dude, I like that. And Rivers is doing what now?
He's gone.
Rivers is gone.
He's
gone.
went to
Yeah.
somewhere in Northeast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
The
Yes.
the Knicks.
We're gonna have a
And,
Lynn sanity moment, or River sanity moment up there.
So anyway, the Rockets went from last week looking like they were going to be a rebuild for several years to a competitive team again, putting a competitive team.
It felt like we were on the Titanic and we knew the iceberg was coming. And
they
this
moved.
week we're like,
Hey, turn right.
shout out global warming. We may
Right.
have missed that iceberg.
Yeah, no shit.
And so we don't know if we're going to sink or we're going to make it to America. But it feels better this week than it did last.
Yeah.
100%.
And it
feels
all
a
starts.
lot better.
Camp starts Tuesday,
Yeah.
December 1st. So
And
I think both Westbrook and Harden will be in camp, and they will begin the season as Rockets.
Yeah, I think so.
One of my ideas is, let's say both of them come back. Well, obviously they're going to come back. Let's say they both start playing. Russell struggles in the offense. They could probably try to shop him around towards the trade deadline.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to move because of how much he's making, but that's what I think we could see later on. As of right now, I don't think either of them are going to be traded.
Yeah, I think they both show up. It's hard to move them. You have the team, and I think once they get with Steven and hear his offense and see what's going on, I think they can buy in. Hey, and if it doesn't work, next summer we have this conversation again.
Right.
But time is on the Rockets front office side in this situation because we saw it. They're not. It seemed like every team was trying to bend them over a barrel and be like, "Hey, take this deal." And Stone and company were just like,
"No,
we're
we're not
taking
that
shit."
No. And that's I don't like. Man, and this has been so 2020 is the national narrative towards Houston teams. Actually, besides the Texans, because no one fucking talks about them, but the national narrative towards the Astros and towards the Rockets is such bullshit.
James Harden in particular.
Yeah, they just try to, know, dog out every single thing that is Houston sports besides the Texans.
Yeah.
Let's continue to bring up the sign stealing scandal. Let's continue to bring up no one wants to play with James Harden. And no one even respects the game and the offensive genius that he is. And then, okay, here we are. NBA's a little quiet. Let's start some bullshit about, here we go. James Harden wants to be traded. He wants to go create a super team up in Brooklyn. By the way, Russell Westbrook, demands a trade. Him and Harden are not getting along. Just dumb shit like that. I can't stand it. I hate it. And I don't understand. I don't get it. They're pushing a certain program up in the Northeast, Bristol, Connecticut, is pushing
a narrative
of hate towards the Rockets as of right now.
Or all Houston sports in general. They feel like it's a easy, low-hanging fruit punching bag, and they don't fucking know. They don't know us. They don't fucking know us.
There's no objective journalism
We're stone
anymore.
and steel, baby.
Let's get into the last segment for tonight. It's our hashtag Ask Apollo. We actually got a shit ton of questions.
I couldn't keep up, man. My notifications were blowing.
We got a lot, so let's run through these.
Yes.
K Mays, friend of the program, went to a couple watch parties, had a few shots, rally shots with him. He says, "Marry, fuck, kill, Thanksgiving sides." We touched on it, but marry, fuck, kill.
Ooh. You got to marry one, fuck one, kill
green
one.
bean casserole, mashed potatoes, stuffing, dressing.
Stuffing / dressing?
Yes.
Okay.
Marry, fuck, kill.
I would marry dressing. I would fuck mashed potatoes.
That would probably feel the best.
And I would kill macaroni and cheese.
Macaroni and cheese was not listed.
What was the list?
I think you got really erotic with your mashed potatoes that you completely forgot about green bean casserole.
I'm thinking about them mashed potatoes.
Green bean casserole you killed.
Oh, yeah. Green bean casserole is the most boring one. You would want to marry the one that's not the most erotic, but you can still get in there, Yeah.
All right, so we got Spaceman's answers. Brian, marry, fuck, kill, green bean casserole, mashed potatoes, dressing.
How the fuck do I follow that?
Marry, fuck, kill, Thanksgiving sides. What a fucking great question, Kyle.
All right.
Oh, my God.
I'm marrying mashed potatoes because I can fuck it all I want for the rest of my life. I'm killing green bean casserole, and I'm... Wait, I said that right? Okay.
Yeah, you're fucking stuffing.
And I'm going to fuck the shit out of a little stuffing,
Yeah, why not?
What the fuck?
I'm going to exercise my right to my Fifth Amendment. All right, this is from Chillin'.
No!
Okay, I'll do
You
it.
cop out on that question.
We're fucking mashed potatoes, we're marrying stuffing, and we're killing green bean casserole.
Okay, thank you.
What's...
He goes, I'm going to plead the fifth. Like, dude,
dude, what the fuck
He's
is
like,
that,
you guys aren't married. You don't understand.
What's one current or past player individually from the Texans, Astros, and or Rockets would you invite to a Thanksgiving dinner?
That's a cool question.
That
From
is, I like
Chillin'.
that one.
From
Who's that
Chillin'.
from?
From Chillin'. At chill_HD.
Man.
Friend of the program went to our little brewery out at Spindle Tap watch party. Shout out Spindle Tap. No free ads.
Spindle tap.
We'll send you the bill.
Who's going first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
R.I.P. to an absolute fucking legend. this dude is coming to my Thanksgiving because he fucking parties. He was jacked, yoked, good-looking dude. Bring me back Ken Caminetti.
Ooh.
The fucking GOAT.
Yes.
Let's
Could
go.
you imagine
Great
that?
answer. That'd be a party.
Jesus.
That's
That
like
would be a party.
That's like Jameson at like
Dude.
8 a.m.
Dude,
type
yeah.
party
We're
right
talking,
there.
yeah.
we're talking about cocaine
I was just gonna say.
in the mashed potatoes.
Just gonna say.
And hitting freaking tanks
Yeah, hitting
right
tanks
after.
Out, hitting tanks out in the backyard.
Okay.
That's mine.
Texas. Well, one for
Oh,
each
yeah,
team.
one for each three.
Oh shit! Okay, that's
Texas
the
Astros Rockets.
Fucking Ken Caminetti. What a great answer.
That's a solid
Texans,
answer.
man. Can I go back to when they were the Oilers, or does it have to be the Texans?
Well, we can do that. That's fine.
No,
sure.
fuck that. We'll stay with the Texans because the Oilers aren't even the Texans. Shit, Texans. Random. Eric Winston,
Ooh.
big man.
Yes.
You know he can take down a couple brews.
Hell
you know
yeah.
he's going to knock down four or five plates, and he's probably a good old boy.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Dude, your grandma is going to love Eric Winston.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Eric Winston, shout out.
Yes.
Okay, and Rockets.
Ooh, man. Oh, it's either Rafer Austin or Catino Mobley. I'm going with Catino Mobley, but I want him to show up with the afro
With the
and the
fro.
headband.
You have
he
to.
He would control the room. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
Interesting.
100%. Spaceman?
I think Rockets. I'm going Meta World Peace, baby.
Ooh, I like
touche.
that.
I'm trying to put together this crazy Thanksgiving.
Okay. Crazy, like
Yeah.
crazy,
If
crazy.
if you don't cook the turkey right, he might be throwing some punches.
Dude, he's throwing down. Ken Giles.
Oh, now we have a
Now we're
wild
throwing literal
party.
punches.
Fuck no.
Now we're throwing
You're-
literal punches.
You're a madman.
And Texans. Man, we gotta get somebody boring to balance that out. Who do we
Sage
want?
Rosenfels.
There you go,
Nah.
Matt Schaub, aren't you?
How about Ryan Mallett? I bet Ryan Mallett could party.
Okay, I have a story about Ryan Mallett.
Ryan Mallett would be the guy
had
to bring some cocaine
had a
to
good
your party.
friend that went to
Yeah.
Arkansas
Yeah.
at a party at allegedly. I have to say allegedly for Ryan Mallett comes after Apollo. Walked into a fraternity party and goes, "I'm Ryan Mallett. Who's sucking my dick tonight?"
I've literally heard,
at this big ass
Somebody
party.
I've heard
suck
that.
me.
I've heard that exact story.
It's
heard that exact
folklore.
story.
That's Ryan Mallett. So you have a pretty crazy party right there.
Yeah, and couple that with my grandma pouring up on an ice cold Coors Light.
That's a party.
Boy, that's a party, right?
My three, you got to go the franchise. You got to go Stevie.
Okay.
Strohs. Let's go Shane Reynolds. He threw every other day for the Astros, and I just feel like, hey, he's probably gonna outdrink me. We're gonna drink to 1 or 2
put it in
o'clock
the
in the
work.
morning.
Can I interject real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Brandon Backey, I think, would be a good
Ooh.
drink.
Bring it back. You
And
bring
Brandon
party.
Backey would be good.
I have a few beers with Brandon Backey down in the Lexus Club at Astros, and he's a very cool guy.
Good name drop.
Go ahead. Yeah, I dropped names. Watch
Wow.
your feet.
I don't even want to. I don't even want to say. I don't know how y'all didn't say this. Andre Johnson at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I feel like
Goat.
he'd be
Dude,
he is the
Goat.
goat.
With
He'd
that
be-
status.
With that Toys R Us receipt every year, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking incredible human being.
All right, this is the next one from Lord over on Discord. He's been a friend of the program for a while. He goes, Tucker will hit 40 dongs next season, but only if you agree to trade beards with him for the duration. Do you take the deal? Do you take his? I mean, like, it's a beard like this. It's like months of work.
As maybe some of you know, some of you don't. I grow a great beard. I used to have a very full-on beard that I had for about 3 years. I would gladly trade my beard with Kyle Tucker if he hit
For 40
dongs.
dongs. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's unanimous, probably.
yeah.
Right?
I would shave, so I didn't have to have that patchy bullshit.
No,
that
you have
he
to have the
tries
patches. You have to have the patches.
Oh,
on
I
the
have
land.
to have the patchy bullshit.
Why he hits 40 dongs? You sacrifice.
That's okay. I already got a girl, dude, so I don't need to worry about that shit.
You got your patches.
Well, I hate to be the opposite of you guys.
You
Fuck
pretty
that,
boy.
dude. I'm a single guy. I'm not wearing that pube shit on my face. No shot, dude. Kyle Tucker, figure it the fuck out, son.
Yeah, hit 39 home
Yeah,
runs.
hit 39.
instead.
Don't hit 40.
David Collins asked best Thanksgiving dish. We touched on that. I think we're unanimous on Colin fucking mashed potatoes.
No, we were unanimous on, excuse me, my grandma's cornbread stuffing, not me fucking mashed potatoes.
Mac and cheese. I would say
Mac
mac
and
and
cheese.
cheese
That's
for
it.
me. This is from a good friend of the program, Mr. Dr. Asperger, PhD.
My man.
Our guy. We need to get him on the pod. We need to get him on.
Well, I tried to
Yeah, I saw
entice
that.
him. Yeah.
He doesn't want to. Doc and his alter ego or best friend, we don't know, FA, enter a cage match. Who gets the most puss? Thank you, Dr. Asperger, for that question. I think they may be the same human being. It's a running thing.
They are. And,
or they're not.
They're not. And dude, can I just get into this real quick?
You can. That's
It
your
was
best
the
friend.
strangest thing. I hang out with Dr. Asperger all the time. We live 10 minutes from each other. We hang out. Oh, I can't say his fucking real
You
name.
can't. No government names.
Okay? I call him by his real name in real life.
We can't.
But the man and I hang out. We hang out a couple of times a week. We have lunch or we hang out on the weekend. He's met forearms. So he says. And so I have been told, dude,
let me clear this up real quick.
Mm-hmm.
If you're tuning in for the first time, you're like, what the fuck are they talking about? There is Dr. Asperger and there's forearms on Astros Twitter. They're allegedly two different accounts, but there is a growing sentiment that they may be the same human being. But there's also a lot of proof that they're two different individuals, but they're always together. And it's put my mind in a fucking
Blender.
Dude, let me tell you,
Pretzel.
I was convinced
I
that
don't
they
know.
were two, that he's not, because they have, first of all, they have two different phone numbers.
We did try to figure this out at the bar.
I tried them both. I asked Asperger's wife privately, I got her number too, if he had two phone numbers, and she said no. I said, does he have a different one for his business? He runs a business. She said no. All right. So first of all, I got two phone numbers for these guys.
Why do you have his wife's number?
We're friends, David. Like I said, we all hang out. David, you're off camera. Can you
behind.
please
Producer
shut the fuck up down
Producer
there?
two.
Hey, peon! Do not speak. God's sake, you're fucking amateur, man. No. So anyway,
That's
back on track.
That's
Hey.
our HR manager.
back on track.
You're fired.
Yeah. Anyway, dude. So, and this was right after Dr. Asperger left my house. I texted his wife before he could have possibly known. When I had a sneaking suspicion they were the same person. And she goes, no, he's only got one number. So then I text forearms and I said, dude, what are you doing? He goes, what do you mean? I just left your house. And I'm like, no. I'm like, wait, no, you did not. Dude, so I'm like, I'm totally confused by all this shit.
It could be the same person, it could not be the same person. I'm in the camp of they're two different people, but I don't know.
Anyway,
that's your best friend.
I hope that was 2 minutes and 20 seconds precisely, so you could trim that down for the fucking podcast.
I have no fucking clue who y'all are talking about. So I'm gonna set this one out, boys.
All right. Power ranking. This is from Steven_B_90. Power ranking of Houston breweries. I'll go first. I'll say number one because they treat us very well. Spindle Tap. We had amazing watch parties there. 2, Carbach, a staple of the community. 3, Eighth Wonder.
Eighth Wonder. Fantastic spot.
And then
Great
4th,
beers.
St. Arnold's.
St. Arnold's.
I would say of the big boys, those are my 4.
Okay. Yeah, I love Spindle Tap as well. That place is great. Josh, that's your boy over there?
Yeah.
Josh treats us great.
Great
Bartenders are fantastic. My favorite beer coming out of Houston, though, is Yellow Rose IPA from Lone Pint up in Magnolia. I have not been to the brewery, but that is my favorite Houston beer. I love going to Eighth Wonder.
This is a great spot. I mean, it's right there.
It's a cool spot.
You can get to the Rockets game, to the Astros game.
Yeah,
a hop,
great.
skip, and a jump.
They got a food truck out there all the time. And then my favorite new one, there's one up here on the north side called Fortress Brewery.
Okay.
They're off of Spring Stubner, and man, it's on a cool little piece of property. They have this awesome warehouse with this big yard, and the beers are great, and they got a food truck out there as well. It's a cool spot.
So I'm gonna get crushed for this. I've never been to Carbach, never been to Spindle Tap, never been to Eighth Wonder, never been to.
Did you get out at all?
What's the one up in Conroe? That's Blonde Bombshell. What is that? B52. Never
Yeah.
been there. I've been to Fortress, which is actually right down the street from your old Samba Grounds, Klein Collins. It's off of Spring Cypress.
That's what I just said.
Yeah,
Is
so
it
Spring Cypress, yeah.
or Spring Stubner.
Spring Cypress.
My bad. Josh, bleep that when I said Spring Steamer and then replace it.
Yeah, so I've been to Fortress and I've been to the Buffalo Brewing Company.
Oh yeah, that's a dark
it.
horse. I haven't been down
Yeah.
there.
Buffalo Brewing is it's a nice spot. It's literally probably got the best view of a lot of places. You come out on the third deck and you can literally see the entire skyline.
That's
badass.
So that's pretty badass. The beer's good.
Yeah.
Fortress, I love the Fortress. I'm not really a big interloop guy. Traveling in and out of Houston for when I was covering the Astros and Rockets gets old. I'll say it, especially living up here on the north side, driving 35 minutes every freaking day
Yeah.
for 7, 8, 9, 10 game homestands.
Yeah.
Friends of mine would want to go down into the interloop for Saturday nights, and I would just say, no, I'm not going. I'll go to Barebacks over in spring.
Yeah.
Love
Bareback.
Yeah,
Little Bareback.
we should do something there.
Hey,
They've got
will.
a great patio.
We good.
And they just
So,
put a big old screen
they
up
did,
out
yeah.
there. Yeah.
Do they really?
They
Yeah,
did.
I watched the World
They're-
Series there in
I did-
2019.
Yeah, you probably saw me there because I was there for
Yeah.
when they were playing in New York. I didn't get to go in New York.
Yeah, no free ads.
No free ads.
Um,
Bareback, Kobo.
yeah, they've got a great patio
All right,
out
we'll-
back.
we'll
so,
check it out for
but yeah, I've
sure.
only really been to 2 breweries around here. So yeah, maybe I should get out more.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have more watch parties places.
That's what I'm
Pre-
that
Post COVID?
I think that is going to be the. Can I say this?
Yes.
This is going to be the format of this thing. We're going to start hosting this at
Travel
breweries.
shows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in.
The Brewcast.
It's going to be
The brew? No, it can't be the brew
we're
crews.
trying to
That's the
find
brewers.
we're trying to find a
A
nest.
home.
A
Yeah,
home.
for this podcast. I mean,
Look, you can have your sponsor and your
fir-
name right
yeah.
here.
Yeah, first
And
of
down
all,
below.
if you haven't bought all these shirts, you're a fake Apollo fan. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Josh, don't say whoa.
Hey,
was
that's
a
a good.
joke.
This is a good segue. We can get a producer over here with a question. How did the apparel idea come up, and how did we get players like Carlos and Lance to wear it? Dumb luck. I've said it a million times. We fall ass backwards into success here.
Yeah. Well, I think what did it was we sometimes will make a stupid funny video, or we will make and when I say we, I mean Josh over here by camera 2.
Camera 2.
will make absolutely excellent highlight reel hype videos.
And Jacob.
Young
Jacob.
also does that. David will make incredible Photoshop ads. David, pan over here to David. No,
Camera
I'm kidding.
3.
I'm
Pan
kidding.
to producer 2.
Yeah. But, we get the attention of these athletes, and it's really cool to us when we see, and especially with Josh. Josh does most of the graphic design for the T-shirts and stuff. So when you see these athletes wearing something that you have built, and then we have a small following relatively to the team. When the team is taking photos and posting it on their social
On the
media,
main account.
man, that is something special. And that has happened. Carlos has been wearing Josh's design, Lance McCullers, all these guys wearing the designs. That is something special to us. Tanalu.
Belak.
Yeah.
Bailey when he was still here. I mean, a lot of the guys.
That shit is so cool to me. And I think what we should work on is getting Rockets and Texans and Dynamo and Dash
100%.
people wearing some gear.
100%.
We just got to make something worthwhile for them to wear. But that is something that has grown the brand significantly.
Yeah, I think the mantra itself, H-Town versus everyone, and it was in a time where it was Houston versus everyone, and we were like, hey, this is our line, this is what we're gonna do, and the players bought in, or the community brought in, the city bought in, and kind of that mantra. It's really cool to see an idea where we can all be in our group message and we're talking and we're bouncing ideas off each other, and then it comes to paper, and then it comes to product, and you see a little success with people buying it. You're like, oh, that's really cool. But when you see these all-star athletes rocking your gear, that's when you're just like, pinch me, this is a dream type
Is this
situation.
real?
Yeah.
No, it's awesome.
Next question. If XFL could survive in Houston, why can't the NHL?
Well, the NHL has never been in Houston. We had a minor league hockey team, the Arrows. God bless them. I love going to those Arrows game. My neighbor growing up, I think Shell, he worked for Shell. They gave him free tickets, and he gave them to me and my dad. to take me to these games because he didn't want to go to them. But goddamn, I love going to those hockey games. They were so much fun.
I think we're a hockey city. We just don't know yet.
Yeah, I think I'm
Dude,
in agreement with you. I'm very shocked that we don't have. You have the arena.
Yeah.
Okay, the Toyota Center can definitely house an NHL team.
Yes.
You've got billionaire owners here. Now, I'll probably say I would not be a fan if Tillman Fertitta wanted to go and buy an NHL team.
Well, and he's
He might
the
run that
one
one in the
that's
ground
kind of
too,
he's kind of the one that's talked about a little bit.
I feel like
There's
if,
just no way you can buy it now with all in the
No, not-
restaurant and hotel hospitality business. There's no way he has the cash flow.
no, not now.
He's got the cash. Give me a break. You know what?
But let's get into NHL.
If Dallas can have 4 major sports teams, why can Houston not?
100%.
They've got the Dallas Stars, the Arlington Rangers, the Dallas Cowgirls, and the Dallas
That's
Mavericks.
Assault.
So
Very, very well put, Brian.
Assault.
Those are the
playing Dallas.
Assault.
Yeah.
that's true.
Producer
the,
too.
the Arlington Cowboys also. Okay. Hey, and I might as well tell you all this while we're here. I almost got assaulted one time because I was jogging. My cousin lives in Arlington, and I was wearing an Astros shirt, and I was jogging near the stadiums. They're right next to each other. And some guy drove by me with his car door open and said, "Hey, motherfucker!" I was like,
That was a pretty good McConaughey.
had my headphones in, and I'm like, "What's up?" And he goes, "Fuck the Astros!" And this was before they won the World Series. This was like in 2015, and the Astros were okay.
Beating the Yankees.
They did beat the Yankees, and Keuchel won the Cy Young.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I thought this guy was about to hop out of the car and
About to
fucking
get
stab
out.
me.
That was
Anyway, yeah,
Have you
that's-
guys been to a major hockey game before?
Yes, I've been to the Vegas Knights game,
Oh, I
and
bet
it
that
was
was
a
sick.
fucking. I don't remember it, but I remember it being
Well,
a
you
party.
should remember it, yeah.
It was a party.
I bought a Vegas Knights hat when I was in Vegas last October, and that's my hockey team.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never
I'm a
been
big
to a
Vegas
game.
Knights fan.
I've
Yeah,
never watched a game.
I
That's
went
my team.
to a what is it? The Pittsburgh Penguins and Dallas Stars game in Pittsburgh
That's
in
pretty
early
fun.
December a couple years
Pittsburgh
ago.
knows how to party.
Yeah, see, that's what we thought. So we bought
Don't know how to
a coworker and I went to a work conference. We stayed at the hotel that shared the little walkway to the arena. We bought 4th row seats, so we were right up on the ice. And we got tanked. I'm just going to be honest. We got tanked. We were hammering Labatt Blues
Hell yeah.
and
Dude, I
screaming
fucking
and,
love
you know, trying to get fights to get started. And everybody was like real tame. And we finally asked like some people next to us. And they said, "Yeah, the big the big energy doesn't come until playoffs. You guys really look like y'all are jackasses. We can tell that you're not from here." We're like, "Okay,
Whatever.
well,
Did
Fuck you too. Then.
yeah, I guess."
Did you flex on any of those nerds or no?
No, I just ordered another tall boy and said, "Fuck it, let's
Yeah, I
just
would've-
keep getting hammered."
I would
You
have
know?
thrown a beer at him for sure.
Yeah.
Don't disrespect me like that in a city that's not mine.
Yeah, they said, "Yeah, we can tell you guys aren't from here." All right,
Yeah.
well,
Kiss
Yeah,
my
you-
ass.
You know what I should have said? Hey, we don't have hockey in my city, dude. I came here to watch some fucking hockey. What's the problem?
but
Right?
either way, the actual game was badass.
Yeah,
so
hockey's
I would
fun.
love I would love to cover hockey. I don't know shit about it,
It'd be-
but I would love to learn it, and
Mm-hmm.
I would love to go as a fan, and I would just love if we had another major sports team here in Houston.
I would too.
for more heartbreak.
And, well,
Pretty much, yeah.
for more heartbreak. I'll say though, dude, when you watch
Houston
hockey, you're
heartbreak
like, man, these
shirt,
guys are
below.
fucking good at this game. They're all good at it.
They're fucking massive too.
I don't know how they fucking skate that fucking fast.
Do you know Ochara for the Bruins?
I don't.
He's 6'8".
Do I look like I watch hockey in my spare time?
He's 6'8". Then put him on skates. He's their enforcer.
Yeah.
He's 6'8".
He's 6'8", and
He's
then
just hauling ass and just
and
laying
then you
people
put
out?
him on skates, so he's like 7
Yeah.
foot.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
That's badass.
That is
like
badass.
bring that to
That's-
Houston.
That's
Hell yeah.
that's
Get
like
us
the
an
mountain
enforcer.
from Game of Thrones. Just
Dude, you
on.
want to
What-
talk about
never seen
somebody
Game of Thrones.
just like what? Dude, do you watch television?
I don't watch. I don't.
That's
no,
all
I
right.
don't.
We're gonna put together a list
Yeah,
for
we're
you,
gonna
and then you'll report back.
we're gonna speed you up on pop culture. You know what? We're
Pop culture.
gonna put you on pop culture as your beat,
pop
and you're gonna have
culture-
to watch everything. to
Pop
get caught
culture
up.
is not Game of Thrones.
Yes, it is.
Game of Thrones is like for basic bitches.
No, it's
There's
for
no
it's
culture
for
there.
scholars.
It's popular.
It's for
It
education.
is for basic
Yeah,
bitches.
popular culture, bro.
Whatever.
Yeah,
All right,
popular.
next question. This is from our Astros fan UK. Straight up, we touched on it earlier. Does
Yeah.
Carlos Correa remain an Astro when 2022 rolls around?
God, I hope
Yes
so.
or no?
I'm saying yes.
Yes.
I'll say no.
I'd say they'll pony for him, dude, because they're not ponying for Springer. Like you said, they got 2 big pitchers coming off payroll. They got all these rookie pitchers that have overperformed, and God knows what they're going to do.
Pennies.
Huh?
We're paying them pennies too, locked in.
Exactly,
For pennies.
and they're locked in for pennies. And so you never know, dude. I mean, you look at the top 5 pitchers for the last 2 seasons. It's like Chris Sale, Verlander, Greinke, and someone else that I can't remember. Yeah, Garrett Cole is number 1.
And Bieber.
Sorry,
And Biebs.
and I forgot about that. But dude, I'm telling you, all these guys that came up and overperformed big time. God, did that make you guys feel good? Or
I
what?
felt great. And
Did it
I
make
was
you feel
I
good?
was shaky
Camera-
about the
camera
future.
two.
It makes you feel good about the future.
Yeah, dude, it was unbelievable.
So pay the present.
Dude, no one thought the
Put
Astros
that on a
were going
shirt.
to get
Pay
that
the present.
far. And that was due to those rookie pitchers. There was like 10 of them. They all
You had
did
guys
fucking great.
that hadn't thrown higher than high A. Dudes coming out of Fayetteville. Dudes coming out of Little Rock.
Yeah,
I mean, those are
Fucking
single A
killing
and
it.
double A affiliates.
exactly. And next season, who knows? These guys may have the fucking scouting report on these pitchers and tee off on them or whatever. But I'm telling you right now, they look great.
Yeah. From Choco, assuming JBJ signs, what is your expectations on the top 3 targets for Click for the final outfield spot we need to fill? Tucker's projected at left field, but I'm seeing expectations of him playing in right and getting a good left fielder who's decent on both sides of the ball. What is your take?
So he's saying that
JB
Jackie Bradley
in this
Jr.
situation, JBJ is our center fielder that we go get.
Okay.
Tucker's in right. Who is your left
Okay.
fielder?
Who's your left fielder?
I would say in a perfect world, Michael Brantley.
Yeah, in a perfect
yeah,
world.
God, you got to hope Brantley. But don't forget who.
Aledmus Diaz.
Hey, Diaz
Mr.
plays
Utility.
outfield. He does.
In a COVID world.
In a COVID
In
world.
a COVID world.
Don't forget who's on the market and is probably going to be cheap. Leads the league in WAP. WAP.
You're gonna say Jake Marisnik?
Jake Marisnik.
Can we? Hey,
He could fill a hole.
camera
Yeah,
two.
I bet he could fill a hole.
Camera
My
two,
grandma
turn
fucking loves
off
to find
mic
that.
number 2. Camera 2, turn mic number 2 off.
Yeah, Jake Marisnik
Um,
can fill a hole, baby.
Expectation on Pedro Leon when the Astros sign him. I think the kid's a stud. I think he's a 2022, 2023 piece.
I'm under educated on who that is.
Top Cuban signee that we're gonna get in the international international signing that's been pushed back for a year now.
Who asked that question?
From Choco again. What is the
same guy.
expectation on Pedro Leon?
So here's the thing: the Astros have been known to develop pitchers into becoming something better than they were when they were
Because
acquired.
Brent Strom is a goat.
Brent Strom is a goat god, so he can take a Pirates Garrett Cole and get him 400 trillion. What's this contract? 400 billion with the Yankees.
yes.
Anyway, so dude, isn't it just so fucking annoying how anytime there's a free agent, Yankees fans are like, just go get him because they're so accustomed to the Yankees just going and getting
Right, get a
whoever
fat
they
check.
want. It's very fucking annoying to me.
Must be nice.
It must be nice. Anyway, I just lost my train of thought. What were we talking about?
Yeah, Pedro Leon. I don't know how you got on Garrett Cole.
Yeah.
Outfielder.
Yeah,
Well,
outfielder.
dude. Oh, he's a. Yeah, he's a pitcher. Fuck, I don't know. Bring him up then.
Shout out
Give him a
Eureka Heights
shot.
for giving Collin the juice. No, I think Pedro Leon is a 2022-2023 piece at the end of the day. It'll be this is it. That's our Apollo hour. That was not an hour again. Episode 2 brought to you by sponsor A, sponsor B, sponsor C. Slide in the DM so you can sponsor this shit or not after you watch it all and realize like, hey, we're not going to do this anytime. But we're going to keep churning these Apollo hours out.
Yeah, say we won't.
Say we won't.
We will.
Say we won't.
Put that on a shirt.
Yeah, say we won't.
Say we won't.
Anyway, I got to thank my man Kobos right here is a free ad. My man cooked my turkey for tomorrow. He's doing fucking great.
I hope the producers could put this together because we talked a lot about Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving's in 12 hours. Like when we were all sitting down and eating.
Yeah.
Brian, thank you for joining the team. Thanks for
Thank you
coming out,
guys.
dude.
I'm excited for what's coming. What's lying
Yeah.
ahead.
Oh, we're
It's
gonna
gonna be
line
fun.
these
We're
out.
gonna-
More
keep-
Apollo hours, more hype videos, more
Twitch.
content, Twitch. Let's make it
Blogs.
happen. Yeah, I'm excited. I look forward to it.
You
Go ahead,
want-
speak up.
Do we want to do the bomb sauce?
No, we're not eating the bomb. I'm not eating the bomb.
I'm not doing any kind of sauce.
Brian, you don't want to do the bomb sauce?
David,
This
we're-
isn't college, and I'm not getting hazed to be into a fraternity.
Well, you are the new guy.
Says you gotta do it.
Yeah.
We'll wait for the bomb sauce.
The man says, "Can I shotgun a beer on tape?"
but
we
won't
say
do the bomb
yes.
sauce.
But he doesn't do it. No.
Give me a
Ruin
key.
the carpet.
Nah.
Who's got a key?
All right,
Nah, we're not.
we outie. Love you
out.
guys.
Okay. One
Peace.
parting word,
Camera. Oh.
but cut it off right when I say that. Cut it off right when I say that, Joe.